Hey guys, so I'm here at home and everybody else is gone. It's just Mr. Smokey and I. Johnny has a gig. My car is still in the shop and that sucks because it's been there for almost a week. Apparently there's a couple sensors that go on when it comes to the air conditioning system, and so they had to order the other one because the one that they did replace did not remedy the issue. So I'm a little torn because part of me is like, just give me back my car. I don't care. Because there is something so crazy about not being able to go anywhere or do what you want to do. And I have a lot of compassion for people who don't have a car or who are, on the public bus system. It's just frustrating because I need my car to be fixed. And I'm also really concerned with how much is this going to cost me, because rent is just around the corner. And I know that I have to pay the rent. Most importantly. So I don't know. And then my son's car runs well, but his girlfriend's car, so Charlie's mama, her car has been in the shop for 2 or 3 weeks now. And it's just dragging on and on. And so I don't know if it's like crummy mechanics or the business, or the last thing we heard was that their machine broke down, so they're having to get parts to fix their machine so they could fix a car. So she was using my car when I didn't need to use it, which honestly I don't need to use it very often, but it's things like this tonight that makes me just feel like left out. Maybe it's my extrovert behavior that I don't like to be left out. And I think the biggest thing is that I'm just concerned that this cost is going to be astronomical. What's hard is that I have a very fixed income, and so anything that is extra ends up feeling monstrous because I just don't know what this is going to cost. And I always laugh because I'm like, well, I don't have a kidney to sell. And I'm not spending. I don't have any credit cards. I actually am not in debt. When you go on disability, and I highly recommend this, when you go on disability, get a lawyer, because they just do things. It's just easier for them to handle all the paperwork and all that stuff. And when I was filling out my medical forms and all of that going down, everything was going down for COVID, I was really blessed in the fact that that's when all my health went down, because what happened was that COVID actually was able to help open the door for me to get on dialysis, and I'm not dialysis, disability, really, really fast. It was amazing to see just how quickly it all happened. And I'm so blessed to have been, it's just crazy, like, because we got paid for not being able to work and being laid off because of COVID and the business shut down, then the government sent out that money, and I was able to hold, and I tell you, I did every penny, nearly every penny, straight to rent, because I was like, I don't know when I'm going to get on disability, because usually it can take months and months, sometimes years. And we were all in lockdown, and I had to figure it all out. And so all those checks would go straight to my rent, so that I didn't have to worry in my head about where am I going to live. And I made it through that. And once I filled out the information for disability, I actually Googled like disability lawyer, because somebody suggested if you get a lawyer, it's a lot easier. And I've never had a lawyer. I've never dealt with any type of like legal things, really. And so I guess the most legal thing was a divorce, but other than that, I never had a lawyer. I've never had a lawyer personally, so I didn't even know what that meant, and all I knew is that it was going to be expensive. So I Googled, found Myler Disability, called them, and they immediately went into action, and it was amazing. I don't know, I really like that group. They were so swift and so professional and so polite, and I think the biggest thing is that I basically worked 3 different jobs my entire life, and I didn't have anything hugely, like, I was a very simple case. Plus, with kidney disease, you go straight on disability as soon as all the paperwork and all of that is handled. So I was really blessed in the fact that that went through. And what was amazing, and I think it was God, was that those checks that were covering my rent stopped a week before I actually got approved for disability. And the week after that, I got covered. Like, it was crazy how fast all of that went down. And thankfully, like, I think I got assistance with my electric bill. I got assistance with my internet bill. It was like so wonderful. In fact, I think I still get assistance through my internet bill because of having such a low income. And there are programs out there to help you. So don't think that there's no help. It's a lot, because I had to do a lot of stuff. In fact, one of my caseworkers would call me. We would go over everything on my laptop. And then she would call me back and say it never went through. Like, that pretty much was a huge nightmare. And it took me quite a while, because I think I filled out information for like the gap between the end of getting paid and getting back on your feet, that section of time. And then that's right when disability kicked in. So thank God. But I was really blessed with a lot of really good people who were just helping me along that path. And so anyway, so if you are on disability, you want to get on disability, I would say get that lawyer from, they're not called Myler Disability anymore, even though you can Google Myler and it'll pull it up. They're called Trajectory now, and they're the same company. But they were so helpful, and I was so thankful that I did Google them and I found them. And the other thing is if you're getting on disability, then they definitely start your date the moment you call. And once you agree that you want them to represent you, then they start your case that moment, that minute, that second. And then once you're approved for disability, they'll go back and issue you those disability checks that you missed waiting to be on disability. So that's a whole nother thing, and I don't really know how that works really. I don't think that I qualified for that because I was granted it so fast, mostly because of the kidney disease, and then also because it was during that COVID situation and nobody wanted me to come into the office. In fact, everybody was more scared of me going into the office than I was scared of me going into an office or into public, because being an extrovert, we don't like to be left out. We don't like to be at home, so it feels unfair because, like, I've not done anything wrong. Like, I've never been in jail. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't do things that cause me to be in trouble necessarily. And so it's like the fact that disability is so low, like Social Security, and I have worked my entire life, and I'm like, how come it can't be higher? Why are we living on this? And I've met, like, in my eyes, grandpa and grandma's down in the laundry room trying to do a load of laundry, and they're just like, I have enough left over from my Social Security to do one load of laundry, and my heart breaks for them. And this was before disability, before I realized what was going on, because I guess I'm considered Social Security disability. It's just insane how they expect us to survive on so little, and you only get paid once a month, and so you have to make that money stretch out to last the month. And so as soon as I get paid, I pay my half of the rent. Donnie pays his half. And then I give my brother the portion for my cell phone, because that's important, obviously. And then I go from there, you know, like there's little things that we need that I try to provide, you know, things for Ben. Most of the things that I try to keep my money for is like what is my responsibility. Like I feel like Donnie will pay for Smokey's dog food, and if I need him to, he will. But a lot of times I'll pay for the dog food, because I'm like, he's really my dog. I pay for like Randall's worms. I do get like food nutrition assistance, and so that's helpful, especially with Ben. And I'm able to feed Marshall that way. But overall, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because there's a way to make it. You just can't be shoppy. And you know, and I'm thankful too that we eat really well, and that Donnie's not requiring a bunch of snacks and processed foods and stuff, and even Ben doesn't eat that kind of stuff. And so I'm happy that they're content with eating simply and healthy. Now I'm like, in the back part of my brain, I think, what would happen if my car just died? I don't know. I have nothing to buy a new car with. I'm tenacious, and I typically pull myself out of the sad, and I become optimistically creative. But I don't want to on this situation. I'd rather just have a working vehicle. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, so anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna take Smokey out for a little walk. Sunset's going down, so I think it's a nice time to take him out. So talk to you guys later. Bye bye.